Hello and welcome to a video about Monster Hunter World, and if you're like me, you thought that this thing, the Little Thunder, could 1, be a little bit more edgy, and 2, just maybe do a little bit more damage, right? Well, I give to you the Stygian Humilitas, which basically means it lives up to the American motto by peace through overwhelming firepower and killing your enemy with humility and a big fucking shotgun in the face. And here we go. So the Stygian Humilitas is its own weapon tree, so you don't go through the Zynoga tree. It's completely separate, which makes no sense. And it's nuclear. I don't know really what to tell you other than get the weapon, shoot things in the face and laugh. It is overpowered. It pretty much has the exact same stats and capabilities as Loyal Thunder. It just has a good chunk more raw, and with utilising the exact same builds, you get some absolutely hilarious results. Now the recoil on the Spread 3 is a little bit more, so you now require 2 recoil mods than just the 1, but it doesn't matter. This thing nukes. It looks edgy, and adding in the new layered armors, you can now look like Death Incarnate with a fucking shotgun. So, just to quickly recap of what is currently possible now with this update in the game. This is currently the best available option for the Loyal Thunder. We have an affinity augment, a slot augment, and a defense augment. The reason I've gone for defense is we don't have the ability to heal ourselves, so that little bit, like, I don't know, 0.3% damage mitigation comes in handy. But at the same time, we only had 1 slot left, so the defense or element status up. I don't really have a use for paralyzing things when I'm shooting them in the face with a fucking shotgun, so I went with defense. Challenger and attack in the weapon. Rajang helmet, and we've got release evasion because I like dodging, he says as I take a hit. An attack decoration, Kirin jacket alpha with spread 3 and crit 2. Ruinous van braces with release evasion and attack. Rajang waist with challenger 4 and another spread. Garuga greaves with release evasion, critical, and the razor sharp charm. I am also using recoil and 4 close. I'm aware a lot of people use the special scope, but all that does is increase your critical range and critical effectiveness if you just stay within your critical range, which is easily highlighted by the reticule if you look on my screen. Yeah, it does nothing, so adding in another 5% damage with the close mod seems to be a better way to go. Overall, this build hits very hard, it is very good, and it just turns monsters into goo, which is what we really like. However, we then bring this thing into the mix, and just to show off a little bit, it's the exact same build. Nothing has changed. Affinity, defense, slot, challenger, attack, release evasion, attack, spread, critical, release evasion, attack, challenger, spread, release evasion, critical, razor sharp charm. Armor piece is the same, skills are the same, defense value is the same, affinity value is the same. It is literally the exact same build. But if we do a side by side by stats, Loyal Thunder's on the left, Stygian is on the right. Yeah, maybe. It's about a 3% increase in damage, which only sounds like a small amount, 3%, but in a game like Monster Hunter where 1% matters, 3% is a hell of a lot. Your total ETR, oh my god, it's beautiful. Overall, the Stygian Zynoga is absolutely beautiful. We've got the exact same RPM, a little bit higher in attack. Total raw is just, oh my god, honestly, this weapon is beautiful. It's kind of slightly overpowered because now there is literally no case whatsoever where Pierce can even get close. It's now back to spread, which upsets me greatly, but to be perfectly honest, just I can kind of live with it because screw you and everything else around you, you're gonna die. Oh, and did I mention it's Wyvern Snipe instead of Wyvern Heart now, which for me personally I prefer. I get too tempted with Wyvern Heart to put a health augment on just because, you know, health return, but should possibly stop doing that. But generally speaking, this weapon is very much well worth the grind. It is absolutely beautiful. It's edgy as hell. We like edgy over here because, you know, we're all hormonal, emotional, prepubescent teenagers. I'm bloody 30. Moving on. It's a brilliant weapon. Do get it. Test out a variety of different builds. This is just the build I like to use because it's the most damage I've found of getting out of the damn thing, and I hope to see you again pretty darn soon. Good luck, have fun, and don't die. You can't shoot things with a fucking shotgun if you're dead.